Hey guys, welcome back. Here's some more good articles for you. Okay. Let's just talk about some quick things here and then we'll tear into these articles. So, guys, I try to bring the highest level of factual information and just real key points I can to you. Okay. Some of you guys let your own emotions get in the way in this, and you can't do that. Okay. Just listen to what I'm sharing with you, look at the facts. Okay. And you see the facts as I bring them to you guys, they paint a picture, they're walking you to the finish line. Okay, one of the main things I told you guys was that after the borrowing law, Iraq would be ready to change rate. They are what so after Iraq finished the borrowing law, let's look at the very next level of things they talk about. They talk about increasing the exchange rate. That's been their new one of their new emphasis things they're emphasizing to you since last Sunday of last weekend, a week ago. Okay, and reforming the banking sector. Okay, so exactly what I told you. After the borrowing law, Iraq is now ready to change that exchange rate. So that's great news, guys. We're right on the edge of this. Okay, Iraq is revealing to you exactly what I told you, that they can change the rate anytime after the exchange rate, and because of what they've told us and how I was able to think analytically, guys, they gave us a back wall. The back wall is the end of March for the rate change. Okay, but I want you guys to set your emotions aside and I want you to think about something carefully. When Iraq talks about something new and they put an emphasis on something, guys, it takes them 3 to 4 months to do that step and get it done. And I'm bringing you hard factual examples. The borrowing law, the white paper reforms, guys, they easily talked about both of those for a period of 3 to 4 months from start to finish. Okay? I'm not making this up, guys. This is Iraq's patterns. Now, if you take out how right now, how they're telling you they're putting an emphasis on reforming the banking sector, improving their exchange rate. That's what they're telling you right now. And I just gave you an example, how a hard factual example, that it takes them 3 to 4 months, guys. Iraq's fiscal year for 21. And Iraq told you through many articles over many years, they can only change their exchange rate at the beginning of a new budget fiscal period. Their next budget fiscal period is April 1st, guys. That's why Iraq's going to be approving their 21 budget during their Q4 period of 2020. Again, so they'll be approving their 2020, I'm sorry, their 21 budget from January through March. That's why they're going to be approving their budget during their 2020 Q4 period, so it's ready for Q1 of 21, which starts April 1st, guys. The facts are going to show you this. I don't have to do this. I'm just showing you guys the facts. The facts will speak themselves to you guys. Okay, so you have to remove your emotions in this and just let it play out. And here's another thing I tried to reveal to you guys, and I've talked to many of you privately. Those that I've talked to privately, please come on out, share your thoughts. Don't reveal what it is. Don't announce what it is. But you can share your thoughts without announcing what it is. In January, guys, Iraq is going to do something that's going to kind of discourage and distract you to make you think they have no intentions of increasing their exchange rate. Why would Iraq do something to you in January to make you think they're not going to exchange rate and still change the rate in January, guys? That part doesn't make sense. So I want you to think about that carefully. If Iraq's if Iraq's trying to discourage you in January to make you think they have no intentions of changing the exchange rate, guys, that might suggest to you that they're going to wait a little bit to increase their exchange rate. Just a thought, guys, just a thought. That's all it is, okay? But let's get into these articles. Now, again, I'm stressing to you guys, we are in a great position because we're at the end. Iraq is back to the good news and the real news. Back to the good, real news, hard facts. Iraq finished the borrowing law. I told you guys when Iraq finished the borrowing law, that was the last step they need to change the rate. Okay? They're showing you this. That's why now that they finished the borrowing law, they are talking about Okay, improving the exchange rate and reforming the banking sector. Okay, let's look at the articles. The Iraqi government announces a positive development regarding the 21 budget. Okay, I've got some highlights here for you. Now remember, guys, they lie to you in articles and they tell you the truth. You have to be able to discern and know in what articles are they telling you the truth? What part of it's a lie and what part of it's the truth? Okay? Let's get into this and I'm going to show you what's lies and what's truth. The financial and economic advisor Mustafa Kademi said on Sunday that the Iraqi government is determined to send the draft 21 budget bill to the Iraqi government this week. It's not going to be sent this week. That's already a lie. In a long-awaited positive news preparing for the approval of the budget and preventing a delay in the payment of salaries if it is approved before the end of the current year. Guys, they will never approve the budget this year. They will be working on the budget next year in Q4 because it's not needed until April. Okay, you'll see that yourself. This is a lie right here. If it is approved before the end of the current year, they'll never have it done by the end of this year. The Syria, okay, hold on. Okay, we're right here. Saleh said in an interview, speaking about the problem of the budget next year, that the delays sending the budget to Parliament are exceptional financial circumstances in the last quarter of the current year, indicating that why the government is working in a crowd of time management of financial affairs. He added that the other matter is that these circumstances have prompted a review of many matters and issues, including the maximization of non-oil resources and the review of some expenditures, and that this requires work, effort, and a long time. He stressed the seriousness of the Iraqi government in sending the draft budget bill for the year of 21 to the Iraqi parliament this week. Guys, there's no way they can send it to parliament this week, and I'm going to tell you why. The Council of Ministers, they haven't even told us in the news that the Council of Ministers has even started working on it. Council of Ministers, they're the ones with the brains that create and make laws. Parliament's the dummies that just approve them. Okay? You've seen no articles that the Council of Ministers has even had meetings to draft and create the 21 budget. If you haven't seen that, then explain to me how it's going to get to Parliament this week, guys. Just bringing you facts. He continued, Parliament is required to intensify its efforts in enacting this law and not delaying it due to differences in other issues. Representatives criticized the delay in sending the budget beyond the scheduled date, according to the financial management law in mid-October. A member of the House of Representatives said Friday that the political forces agreed by more than 90% of an early resolution of next year's financial budget. Said in an interview with Baghdad Today that Iraq's economic and financial situation is very bad, and the delay in paying salaries is a clear sign of the depth of the crisis that requires exceptional solutions in order to correct the work paths and increase treasury revenues in order to avoid entering Iraq into a slippery slope. Perhaps it is considered the most dangerous in its modern history. The 21 budget has not reached the House of Representatives. Yeah, it also hasn't gone through Council of Ministers yet either. But where this is a consensus between 90% of the political forces to resolve it early and deal quickly with all the differences it contains and focus on basic principles, which are ensuring that these salaries are paid without any delay, whatever the reasons. He pointed out that the political forces agreed to seek any possible solutions to avoid borrowing in light of the warnings of the economists, financial experts about the danger of repeating borrowing filed. The guys, they're not going to borrow again. This part's all BS. And its impact on the reserves of the central bank and the exchange rate of the Iraq dinar in front of the rest of other foreign currencies. Before that, the reporter of the Financial Committee said that the committee needs nearly 2 months to study the 21 budget law. Right there, guys, they're telling you they need time on this. They need nearly 2 months to study the budget law and submit it to Parliament for a vote. Guys, I'm telling you, they will not start. Parliament will not even really. Majority of parliaments, they could sneak in a first reading between now and the end of December, but majority of the work on the budget, no matter what, guys, will not happen until next year after January. Okay? Majority of the work of the budget by Parliament. Okay? Now, I want you to think about something here. I stressed to you in the last video, there's a reason why Iraq has waited until Q4. This is Q4 of their 2020 fiscal year, okay? Their Q4 is January through March. I've stressed to you there's a reason why they've waited to do the reforms at the beginning of January, again, which is their Q4 period, okay? And I'm going to show you why this article is lying to you. See, this article is telling you that they need to get the budget done by the end of the year. Guys, they can't. We're pretty much at the beginning of December at this point. You know damn well, I don't have to bring this to you. You know damn well they can't complete a law that they haven't even started the approval processes by the Council of Ministers. They can't complete a law in 1 month. At minimum, it takes 45 days. Here they're telling you in this article, they just told you they need, look right here at the top highlighted ballpark, committee needs nearly 2 months to study the 21 budget law and submit it to Parliament, guys. Remember, they got to study what oil prices are doing. Brent oil last week, Brent oil, I think on Wednesday, just got to 48 bucks, guys. They need time to study oil, see what it's going to do. You got to factor that in because they're not going to borrow any more money going forward, guys. They don't have to. Okay. So again, Brent oil though just hit $48. So what I'm saying to you guys is forget about the budget right now. The council of ministers could approve it in December, but I really don't think it's going to make it to Parliament, guys, until sometime in January at the absolute earliest. Okay. Now, um, here's what I'm trying to show you, though: the lies and the truth in some of these articles. They're putting an emphasis on this, telling you they need to get it to Parliament before next year. What they're trying to reveal to you is that Iraq's new fiscal year actually starts in January. That's why they're putting an emphasis, saying that Parliament needs to get done, and Parliament needs to get it approved by the end of December, guys. That's not the truth. That's why they waited until their Q4 period of 2020, guys, which is January through March, to do the reforms. And guys, now I'm just going to bring some pure common sense into this. Okay, the reforms have to back up to their new budget fiscal year, guys. Their new budget fiscal period is April 1st, exactly when Kuwait's is. That's why Kuwait changed their rate on March 24th of 91. They have the 2020 budget fiscal period, or I'm sorry, the reforms had to back up to their fiscal year of April. That way, because I just told you they're obligated and they've confirmed to us factually they have to change the rate by the end of March. The rate change cannot go past the end of March, guys. Okay? That's why the reforms are backing up to the start of their new budget fiscal period, guys, in April 1st. So you have to learn to discern the truth from the lies in the articles, okay? So this article, again, is putting an emphasis, telling you, oh, they got to get the whole laws done by the end of December, guys. They're telling you that because they don't want you to realize their fiscal year actually starts in April, not in January, okay? So again, lies versus truth. And again, I'm trying to stress to you guys, some of you need to remove your emotions from this and just look at the facts. The facts are right here in front of you. You guys aren't all capable of seeing the facts. I fully understand that. That's where I come in. Let me bring you the facts and let me remove my own opinions from this. That's what I'm doing right now, guys. I'm not bringing any opinions into this. I'm removing my opinions. I'm bringing you the hard facts so you can see them right before you. Okay, next article. Finance Minister Ali Alawi praises the efforts of the private banking sector association in support of Iraq economic reform. Minister of Finance Ali Alawi praised the efforts of the Iraqi Private Banking Association in supporting and revitalizing the banking sector in Iraq. A statement by the Minister of Finance seen quote Alawi as saying that they discussed with the Private Banks Association during the meeting held Thursday, 11/26, the conditions related to the work of the banking sector and ways to achieve financial reforms to advance the economic reality and put forward the visions far exit the current crisis. During the meeting, Ali Alawi stressed that, according to the statements, the importance of the role of the banking sector and its effective contribution to complete the comprehensive financial reform steps stipulated in the white paper. The Minister of Finance praised the efforts of the association in organizing the meeting and its role in the success of the economic reform process. He called at the same time the continuation of joint cooperation between the private and government sectors in order to change the compass of the national economy to address the financial crisis and the availability of cash, which is one of the most important challenges facing the current economic reality. So, as you guys see, right after they finished talking about or approving that borrowing law, where I told you that was the last step needed before the rate change, now they're talking about improving their exchange rate, deleting zeros, bringing forth new taxes, and and reforming their banking sector, guys. Okay, so again, the borrowing was the last step. They're now ready to do the rate change. Okay, and that's what they're telling you here. But again, the fact that just through this past week that they put a huge emphasis on improving the exchange rate. Okay, when Iraq puts an emphasis on something new, guys, it takes them 3 to 4 months. Okay, and again, that's what I'm trying to show you. That's why Iraq's Q4 period, when they're implementing the reforms starting in January, okay, the Q4 period will be January through March. That's why that period backs up to their new budget fiscal period, okay, which starts April 1st. And Iraq has already told you over the last many years in a good 3 to 4 articles I've already brought forward to you, they can only change the rate at the beginning of a new budget fiscal period. That's what they told you, not what I told you. That's from them, not me. Okay? Guys, those are the real hard facts. You can work off of your own emotions and in a way mislead yourself, or you can operate off the truth, guys. But the truth is, Kuwait's fiscal year, guys, starts April 1st, and they changed the rate on March 24th of 91. So again, you can you can live in a world of reality, or you can operate on emotions. You decide. Hey, you guys are the best. God bless you guys, and have a great day.